Hello and welcome to Crosse Technologies Tech Talk, a show designed around answering your questions quickly and accurately. I'm Greg Piesel, and today we will be setting up and showing you how to use your new wireless color forecast station. So, let's go! Before we begin, I just want to point out the reason for the two different model numbers. These just correspond to the two different colored cases this unit comes in, with the C87214 being the black case and the C87030 being the white. These model numbers can conveniently be found right on the back of the unit. Now let's get started. This video has been organized into chapter points, designed to help you find what you need to know quickly. So if you're looking to set up something specific, use the clickable links in the following overview screen to jump directly to that spot in this video. You can also find the times to each chapter in the description below this video. Using this method, simply click the blue highlighted time to the right. Otherwise, just sit back and learn as we take you through each step of the setup process. So here's an overview of how this video is organized. Chapter 1, Introduction, which is actually what you are currently watching. Chapter 2, Parts and Accessories. We will tell you what's in the box, what batteries you'll need, and what tools you should have handy. Chapter 3, Initial Setup. Here you will learn where each battery should be installed, as well as how to search for and install your outdoor sensor. Chapter 4, LCD Layout and Icon Descriptions. In this chapter, we will lead you around your weather station screen, detailing what each icon means in relation to each other. We will also show you how to adjust your backlight brightness. Chapter 5, Settings Menu. This is an important section where we walk you through your time and date settings, temperature readings, language output, and more. Chapter 6, Time Alarms. Here you will learn how to set your alarms, snooze them, and turn them off. Chapter 7, Forecast Information. This chapter covers the meaning of your forecast icons, tendency indicators, and how to check your heat index and dew point. Chapter 8, Temperature and Humidity Information with Alerts. Here we will show you how to find your high and low temperature and humidity readings, set high and low temperature and humidity alerts, and understand your temperature and humidity trend indicators. Chapter 9, Using Multiple Sensors. In this chapter, we will show you how to add new sensors, change their channels, and make sure their reception is found. Chapter 10, Basic Restart. If for some reason your station is displaying dashes for your outdoor sensors, you will need to perform a restart. This chapter will cover the steps to follow in order to get things working correctly. And Chapter 11, Help Us Help You. This is the final chapter where we tell you how to find customized support and how to interact with us on social media. Alright, let's begin. Within your box, you should find one wireless forecast station, one AC adapter, one outdoor temperature and humidity sensor, 3 AAA batteries for the weather station itself, 2 AA batteries for the outdoor sensor, and 1 instruction manual. And here are some additional items you will need for proper use of this product. 1 mounting screw or nail to mount the outdoor sensor. 1 power drill or hammer for mounting purposes. And a north-facing wall or well-shaded area to mount the outdoor sensor. To ensure proper function of this device, we recommend following us through these 4 simple steps. Step 1. Insert the AC adapter into an outlet, and then into the back of the forecast station itself. Step 2 is actually optional. However, we do recommend inserting 3 new AAA alkaline batteries according to polarity into the back of the forecast station. This will help maintain the time and weather information during power loss. Step 3. Insert 2 new AA alkaline batteries, according to polarity, into the outdoor sensor. The red LED light should flash during transmission. Your outdoor sensor information should show up within the first minute. If, however, the outdoor temperature and humidity information is not displayed, even after 3 minutes, press and hold the Heat/Do button on the top of the forecast station. This will have it continue to search for the outdoor sensor. Then open the battery cover of the outdoor sensor, and press and release the TX button inside to force a transmission signal. Providing you use new brand name batteries, inserted them according to polarity, and have the station and sensor set close enough to each other, the outdoor information should be showing up. After you have the outdoor information displayed on screen, we recommend waiting about 15 minutes before moving the sensor to its outside location. This helps the station and sensor sync properly and ensures a strong connection. And finally, your last step will be to mount your wireless outdoor sensor. To mount the sensor, insert one mounting screw, nail, or even string through the hole at the top. You will want to try and place it on a north-facing wall or in any well-shaded area. Make sure also that it is mounted vertically to allow for moisture to drain out properly. The maximum wireless transmission range from this sensor to your station is around 300 feet of open air. This does not account for walls, floors, or windows. Because of this, we do recommend temporarily putting the sensors in the locations you'd like them to be, testing them for a few days to make sure they stay connected, before mounting them permanently. This chapter is designed to familiarize yourself with how the station is set up, and to give you an idea of what it's capable of before you even push any buttons. To break this up a bit and make it easier to explain, we will separate the screen into 3 sections. Section 1 here represents your outdoor information. Icon 1 combines both the channel indicator and channel scroll icon. When using multiple sensors, this is where you look to know which sensor's information you are getting. When the scroll icon is on screen, the station will continually cycle through each of the 3 wireless sensor channels. We will explain this in further detail in Chapter 9. Area 2 here shows us the outdoor temperature data, which is calculated based on the location of that particular sensor. Icon 3 is the sensor reception icon. The more bars, the better the reception. Icon 4 represents the outdoor temperature low alert icon, and just like all of the alert icons, will only appear when the alert is set to on. We show you how to do this in Chapter 8. But this icon indicates that an alert has been created and is set to go off should the temperature drop below that set degree. This feature also works for the indoor section as well. Icon 5 is the temperature trend indicator. 3 arrows will scroll to the right when the temperature is rising, and scroll left when the temperature is falling. When there is no change in temperature, 1 right arrow and 1 left arrow will remain on screen, like this. Icon 6 represents the outdoor temperature high alert icon. This icon indicates that an alert has been created and is set to go off should the temperature rise above the set degree. Once again, this feature is also available in the indoor section. Area 7 here is the outdoor sensor's humidity reading. Icon 8 includes both the high and low humidity alert symbols for your outdoor sensor. We will show you how to program these in Chapter 8. Icon 9 shows us the outdoor sensor's humidity trend arrow. An up arrow means the humidity is rising, a down arrow means the humidity is falling, and a forward pointing arrow means the humidity is staying about the same. And Icon 10 represents your outdoor sensor's humidity comfort level indicator. Moving to Section 2, Area 1 here includes all of your forecast information, which will be covered extensively in Chapter 7. Area 2 will be your atomic time, represented in white numbers. Icon 3 is the alarm bell, and will show up when you have an alarm set. We will show you how to do this in Chapter 6. Icon 4 represents the atomic time signal. To have your station search for the atomic time, simply press and release the time set button. This icon will start to animate and will disappear shortly after the WWVB atomic time signal is found. Area 5 is your weekday, and can be set to display in English or Spanish. We will show you how to change between the two in the Settings chapter. And Area 6 includes the month and date information. Now to Section 3, which houses all of your indoor temperature and humidity data. Area 1 is the indoor temperature. Icons 2 and 3 are your high and low indoor temperature alert icons. Icon 4 is the indoor temperature trend indicator. Area 5 represents your indoor humidity reading. Icon 6 includes both the high and low humidity alert symbols for your indoor station. These will also be covered in Chapter 8. Icon 7 is the indoor humidity trend arrow. And Icon 8, which represents your indoor humidity comfort level. The final indicators we will cover here are the low battery icons. If it shows up here in the outdoor section, replace the batteries in your outdoor sensor. And if it shows up here in the indoor section, replace the batteries in the forecast station itself. Now that you have a better understanding of what's represented on your LCD screen, let's show you how to easily adjust its brightness. When using the AC adapter for constant backlight, press and release the high, low, off button on top of the forecast station to adjust the backlight brightness. With each press, you will cycle through the options. Now, when you are using battery power only, the screen will automatically be set to off. You can press the high, low, off button, or any button for that matter, to have the backlight turn on for 10 seconds. But after which, the screen will turn off again to conserve battery power. Taking a little time to go through your settings menu will ensure you have your station up to date and working the way you like. To enter the settings menu, press and hold the time set button until the beep on and off function is flashing on screen. Once in the settings menu, you will use the up and down arrows on top of the station to adjust the values. And the time set button again to confirm your adjustments and move to the next item in the settings menu. I should also point out that if you'd like to exit the settings menu at any time, simply press and release the snooze/light button on the top of the unit. This will bring you back to the main screen. So here's the order in which the settings menu will follow. First will be the ability to turn on or off the beep function. The default is on, meaning you will hear a beep for every button push. To change this to off, you will need to press and release either the up or down button. To confirm this selection, press and release the time set button. This brings us to the second option, which allows us to choose if we'd like to use the atomic time feature and can be set to on or off. However, if set to off, the settings menu will then skip over items 3, your time zone setting, and 4, the daylight savings time option, and go straight to item 5. But I plan to use the atomic time signal here, so I will leave it on the default setting, which is on, by once again pressing and releasing the time set button to confirm my selection. The next setting then will allow us to choose which time zone we are in. Using the up and down arrow buttons to cycle through, these will be abbreviated where AST stands for the Atlantic Time Zone, EST Eastern Time, CST Central Time, MST Mountain Time, PST Pacific Time, AKT Alaska Time, and HAT for Hawaiian Time. We are located in Wisconsin, so we will select CST for Central Time, but please make sure to choose the proper time zone for where you are located. To confirm my selection, I will once again press and release the time set button. Setting 4 is pretty straightforward and allows us to choose whether or not we want to follow daylight savings time. The default setting is on, but should you wish to turn this off, simply use the up or down arrow button to switch between the two. For me, I would like it on and will confirm this as my selection by pressing and releasing the time set button. This then brings us to setting 5, where we can select between 12 and 24-hour time. I will go with 12-hour and make this my selection by pressing and releasing the time set button. Next will be the hour setting. It's about 2:30 p.m. here, so using the up and down arrow buttons, I will move the hour to 2, making sure the AM symbol turns off and the PM symbol turns on. Now that I'm at 2 p.m., I will press and release the time set button again to jump to the minute selection. Here, I will press and hold the up arrow button to make the numbers climb rapidly. I will press and release the time set button again to confirm my selection once we reach 30. This will move us to the year setting. It's currently still 2015, so I'll confirm this with the press and release of the time set button. Next, we move to the month option. Today is November 17th, so I will move the month number to an 11. Confirm this, and then move the following date number here to the 17th. Confirming this once again with the Time Set button. After selecting the date, the station will bring you to the Fahrenheit or Celsius temperature reading option. The default is Fahrenheit, but once again, you can easily change this by pressing and releasing either the up or down arrow button. I will, however, stick with Fahrenheit and make this my selection with another press and release of the Time Set button. The final item in the settings menu is the language feature, which gives you the option of ENG for English and ESP for Spanish. This will affect both the days of the week as well as the month abbreviations. I will keep it on the default English setting by pressing and releasing the Time Set button one final time. This will bring us back to the main screen and keep all of the changes we have made. Not only does this station give you accurate forecast information and sensor data, but it also functions quite well as an alarm clock. Here's how to set it up. First, you will have to press and hold the alarm button on the front of the station for about 3 seconds. The alarm hour will begin to flash. It is here you can use the up and down arrow buttons on the top to adjust the hour value. Let's set up an alarm here for, say, 6:30 a.m. Once I reach the 6 a.m. number, I'll press and release the alarm button again to confirm my selection, and move to the minute selection. With the minutes flashing, I'll use either the up or down arrow button again to move the minutes to 30. Holding one of the arrow buttons will make the numbers count faster in that direction. Once there, I'll press and release the alarm button to confirm this as my selection. After which, we'll set this alarm and bring me back to the main screen. The bell icon should have now appeared, indicating an alarm has been set and is ready to go off at the time specified. To deactivate or reactivate an alarm, simply press and release the alarm button. Doing so will bring up the time the alarm is set to go off at. It is within this submenu where you have the ability to activate or deactivate an alarm. Just press and release the alarm button again. You will see the bell icon turn on and off with each press. To confirm your selection, either leave the station sit for about 20 seconds or exit the submenu by pressing and releasing the snooze/light button on the top. Speaking of snoozing, once the alarm is going off, press and release the snooze/light button to silence the alarm for 10 minutes. You should notice the ZZ icon animating. At this point, if you'd like to stop the snooze, just press and release any button besides the snooze/light button. This snooze feature can be repeated if desired. This station is equipped with some very useful weather icons that will help keep you up to date on the ever-changing outdoor conditions. These forecast icons use changing atmospheric pressure to predict weather conditions that will happen in the next 12 to 6 hours. Here's a look at the different icons that will appear for the different conditions you may experience. A sunny forecast, partly cloudy, cloudy, rainy, stormy, and if the outdoor temperature is below 32 degrees Fahrenheit and the forecast is set to be rainy or thunderstorms, the snowy icon will appear. One of the coolest things about this forecast station is that the more you use it, the more it learns, and the more accurate it will be, which is why we recommend allowing 7 to 10 days for it to find the correct barometric calibration. This will ensure a truly accurate personal forecast for your location. Some other weather features included are the forecast trend indicators and the heat index and dew point readings. These forecast trend indicators represent your future forecast. An up arrow means the pressure is rising and the weather is expected to improve. A down arrow stands for the opposite, where the pressure is falling and the weather is expected to worsen. And a forward pointing arrow stands for steady pressure, where the weather is expected to remain the same. Now, to view your heat index and dew point information, all you have to do is press and release the heat/dew button. Pressing it once will give you the heat index, and pressing it twice will give you the dew point. Pressing it a third time will bring you back to the main screen. You also have the ability to cycle through the different readings from each of the 3 sensor channels. To do this, when viewing either your heat index or dew point, use the up arrow button to cycle through the channels, like so. The beauty of having a personal weather station is that you get the data coming right from your backyard. Not only does this station present your current temperature and humidity information, but it also keeps track of your daily high and low records as well. And for anyone with sensitive areas, like protecting plants for instance, this station gives you the ability to set custom alerts for each of your sensor locations. Let's show you how it works. To view your high and low temperature and humidity records for both your indoor and outdoor conditions, simply press and release the down arrow button. First up will be your outdoor sensor's low readings. If you are using more than one sensor, you can cycle through the different channels with the up arrow button to view their information. On a side note, if you'd like to manually reset all of these high and low values at one time, simply press and hold the down button for about 5 seconds. You should notice the numbers turn to dashes on screen. Now, continuing down the line, by pressing and releasing the down arrow button twice from the main menu, your next reading will be your outdoor high data. Press it a third time and you will get your indoor low data, and a fourth time will show you your indoor high data. It is important to note that these high and low temperature and humidity readings will reset automatically at 12 a.m. each night. Now, let's set up some custom alerts. Before we start, I want to draw your attention to the top left side of the display, and which channel you currently have selected for your outdoor information. When using multiple sensors, you have the ability to set custom alerts for each channel. And moving forward, I just want to point out that the outdoor alerts you set will be for the currently displayed channel only. To change the channel, simply press and release the up button to cycle between the three. That being said, let's begin. Press and hold the alerts button to enter the alert set mode. The default for all alerts is off, so you will need to use the up or down arrow button to turn them on. First up is the outdoor temperature high alert. Remember, this will be for the sensor using the current outdoor channel. Let's set this alert. I will press and release the up arrow button to switch the alert to on. Now, to edit the value of this alert, I will press and release the alerts button. The numbers will start to flash, and it's here where you can use the up and down arrow buttons to edit the values to your liking. Let's set this to say 100 degrees. Once there, I will confirm this by pressing and releasing the alerts button again. This will move us to the next alert, which is the outdoor temperature low alert. And you will use this same method for setting any of these future alerts. But say we don't want to set this alert. If we leave it set to off and press and release the alerts button again, the station will skip the setting portion and move to the next alert in the menu, which for your reference will be the outdoor humidity high alert. Then the outdoor humidity low alert, indoor temperature high alert, indoor temperature low alert, indoor humidity high alert, and finally your indoor humidity low alert. Your forecast station can read up to 3 outdoor sensors, gathering both their temperature and humidity information. Let's show you how to set this up. To start off, the station itself comes with only one outdoor sensor. When looking to purchase your additional sensors, make sure you have the correct TX141TH-BCH model number. Now, when setting up your sensors, the first thing you will want to do is remove all of the battery covers. You will notice a channel switch above the battery compartments. Use this to set each sensor to a different channel, 1, 2, and 3. Then insert 2 new AA alkaline batteries into each of the outdoor sensors. After the batteries are in the sensors, press and hold the heat/do button on the forecast station to have it search for the sensor information. Then, with the battery cover still off, press and release the TX button on each of the 3 sensors. Now, you can replace the battery covers. Your temperature and humidity data should show up within the first minute, but we highly recommend leaving the sensors close to the weather station for at least 15 minutes. This will help them sync properly with the forecast station to ensure a strong connection. After 15 minutes, you can then mount the sensors in their shaded locations. Having multiple sensor information is great, but it won't really do you any good if you can't find the data on your forecast station. So here's how. As mentioned in Chapter 4, the channel indicator and channel scroll icon are located here on screen. When using multiple sensors, this is where you look to know which sensor's information you are getting. By default, the station will remain set on channel 1. To access the other channel information, press and release the up arrow button once to view channel 2, and another time to view channel 3. The numbers will change to show you which channel you are viewing. If you press the up arrow button a 4th time, the channel scroll icon will appear, and will continually cycle through each of the 3 wireless sensor channels until stopped by another press and release of the up arrow button. You should notice the channel scroll icon disappear, indicating you are locked in on that channel. In some instances, your station and sensors will just not connect with each other. This could be due to a variety of reasons. However, the most common fix will be to do a basic restart of your station. Here's how it's done. First, let's check a few things to make sure a reset is indeed needed. If the outdoor readings are showing dashes for your outdoor sensor's data, please first check to make sure you are viewing the correct sensor's channel. Use the up arrow button to cycle through the channels in the upper left side of the screen. If dashes are still there, bring in the outdoor sensor and place it at least 5 feet from the forecast station. Here, we recommend first try replacing the batteries in the outdoor sensor according to polarity. Then, to press and release the heat/do button on the station to have it again perform a search for the outdoor sensor. After this, press and release the TX button within the outdoor sensor to have it transmit another signal. If the sensor information does not show up within the first minute or 2, it's time for a reset. Once again, make sure to have the sensor and station set at least 5 feet apart. Remove the batteries from the sensor, as well as the batteries and AC adapter from the forecast station. Then, press any button on the station at least 20 times, and wait 15 minutes. This provides a clean connection opportunity by removing any random energy still in the station. Basically, this returns the unit to its out-of-the-box condition. So, after the 15 minutes, insert batteries into the sensor and station, and reconnect the AC adapter. Within a minute or 2, the data for your outdoor sensor should show up on screen. After which, we recommend waiting another 15 minutes to make sure it establishes a strong connection. You can then place the sensor outside in its shaded location. So, for the most part, I think we covered everything. But if you think we missed something, or if you should have further questions about this product or others, please do not hesitate to ask in the comment section below. That is what these videos and our social media channels are all about. Getting you the information you need to know quickly and accurately. We are here to help you. So, please follow us here on YouTube for the latest video content, like us here on Facebook for some personalized interaction, and follow us here on Twitter to join the conversation. In the meantime, we hope you enjoy your new weather station. I'm Greg Piesel, here for Crosse Technologies Tech Talk. We'll see you next time.